はい。今日も音読やっていきます。Economy. The dairy industry is an important part of New Zealand's economy. Protection. The African Wildlife Foundation has been involved in environmental protection for over 6 decades. Income. In 2018, the median income in the US was around $39,000. Scale. We seem to have seriously underestimated the scale of the problem. Variety. The menu looks really good, but there isn't much variety. Profit. The company is facing external challenges like increased competition that are affecting profits. Which is global majority choose environment over economy. Which is more important to you, the economy or the environment? Why do you think most people would answer that question? According to a new study, a majority of people around the world actually think the environment is more important. Researchers from the University of Vermont looked at data from surveys given to almost 160,000 people across 92 countries. And when people were asked to choose between economic growth and environmental protection, 58% chose environmental protection. People were especially likely to choose the environment if they lived in Western Europe, Southeast Asia and Americas, and countries like New Zealand and Australia. Economic growth was a more popular choice in Eastern Europe, Central Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Globally, the results showed that people were more likely to choose the environment if they were younger, educated, left-leaning politically, or women. People's level of income did not affect their choice, at least when looking on a global scale. However, results from individual countries showed more variety. In some Asian, African, and Eastern European countries, having a higher education and left-leaning political views did not make people more likely to support the environment. And in some countries, the level of income did not affect their choice, but maybe not in the way one might expect. For example, although we might think poorer people would choose economic growth, in some countries in the Americas, parts of Africa, and Southeast Asia, lower income groups were actually more likely to choose the environment. The researchers suggest this might be because poorer people in some countries are more closely connected to the natural world, or because they depend more on the benefits of having a healthy environment. The researchers said these mixed results from individual countries show that we should be careful when looking at global averages, but that their main finding was still true. The majority of people around the world valued their planet over profit.はい、終わります。